He's doing good, you know. Tough kid, obviously. After the first round, his eye was bothering him. You could see that he got hit. Justin just kept busting him up the next couple of rounds.
Yeah.
And Ilia really wanted to continue. I actually think he probably won that round, too. His corner, I think, stopped the fight. Props to them.
I represent the new generation of the mixed martial arts.
He got him! Ground smoking up!
That's it!
Oh! He does it again!
I know that I'm gonna take his lads out in the first round.
And then on the south lawn of the White House in front of President Donald Trump and the entire watching world, everything came crashing down.
It's the pressure fight. Oh, right hand, he hurt him! I mean, Ilia's face is just destroyed.
We literally had him get out of the octagon before the hands even raised and sent him to the hospital.
Champion of the world, Justin!
Great. What's being reported is that he had 2 broken orbital bones and a broken nose. So both his eyes were broken and his nose was broken. And
Ilia Topuria suffered 2 broken orbital bones in a 4th-round TKO loss to Justin Gaethje at the White House in the main event of UFC Freedom 250. But that wasn't the biggest shock. Joe Rogan revealed details that few fans expected to hear. Aleksandre Topuria delivered an emotional reaction to his brother's devastating loss, and Dana White made a shocking announcement that changed everything. We'll also show you Justin Gaethje's angry response when he was asked about a potential rematch with Ilia Topuria. Here's what really happened. Let's get into it.
but all these reports are that he has 2 fractured orbitals and a broken nose. Just that alone, just the orbitals alone, like anytime you've got eye injuries, like anything severe with your eyes, long-term consequences vary. You know,
it's psychological.
Absolutely.
And your body heals.
And physical.
The body is resilient.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm telling you,
broken bones make stronger bones. Like that is his orbital bones will be stronger.
It
they will
depends
be
on where,
calcified.
though, Justin. The orbital bone, I had my orbital broken, and for 6 months I would do this and my tooth would move, and it's right where my sinus cavity is. You remember when you hit me with the spinning elbow?
Your tooth would move?
Dude,
when you push
right
on
here,
your cheek?
and my tooth would move.
Oh.
Broken bones are part of fighting. Cuts heal, bruises fade. Champions lose, recover, and come back stronger all the time. But eye injuries, they're different. The damage doesn't just affect your body. It attacks your confidence, your timing, and sometimes your entire career. And after what Justin Gaethje did to Ilia Topuria at UFC Freedom 250, that became the biggest question surrounding the former champion. Not whether he lost, but what that loss had truly cost him.
Some research, and I want to know, like, if you would fight your brother professionally.
No, don't give me this.
Yes.
Don't give me this question.
No.
He will win 100%.
Therefore, you think so?
Yes, he will win 100%.
So that's it. That's your final concern. You don't need 2 seconds, no time.
But brothers never fight. I always say. Actually, behind the cameras, I fight with him whole my life. Whole my life. But in front of camera, in front of people, my brother is best of the best.
Long before the heartbreaking loss, Aleksandre Topuria believed Ilia was unbeatable. Not 90%, not 99%, 100%. That confidence came from years of watching his brother conquer every challenge. But inside the White House octagon, reality had other plans.
But the night belonged to Justin Gaethje, a guy that came in here as a 6-1 dog. Justin Gaethje has long been considered your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. And that's not just something people say because it sounds cool. This is real. Justin goes in there with Ilia Topuria, a guy who has been just absolutely phenomenal the entirety of his career. He gets hurt very bad, builds back. When we were talking about this thing and we were building this thing, I told Anakin Rogan, I believe that a setting can propel people to great things. I'm not the type of person that does not think that the environment can play a part in the result of a...
Justin Gaethje entered the White House as a massive underdog. Many believed his best years were already behind him. Some expected Ilia Topuria to finish him early and continue his march toward becoming one of the greatest fighters of this generation. Instead, Gaethje delivered the performance of his life, a performance so violent that even experienced analysts struggled to believe what they had just witnessed.
Like Ilia's body, deal with his weight and don't get injured. I cannot give him advantage. If I give him advantage, yeah, it's gonna be easy work for him. So no, I want to put him pressure, give him hard work.
So realistic.
Morten stay with him physically, which I was, but I cannot tell you which was the most competitive part, because with him everything is competitive. I cannot choose like striking, wrestling, grappling, because everywhere it's like.
Videos was the video that went viral was you showing Ilia the way that he was going to finish Max Holloway. Do you have any sort of like breakdown or things that you saw with Justin Gaethje as well? Obviously, you can't give too much away, but over time, is there going to be another video if the knockout happens this weekend where you're showing Ilia exactly how to do it?
I have to say this with another brothers, but like I say, me and him, we are not just brothers, we are good friends. So it's very important to have, because sometimes for somebody, brother is something, family, and just, okay, when we sit on the table and the family, we speak about it. No. We are not that type of brothers. We are brothers, but at the same time, we are best friends. And
one of the biggest reasons behind Ilia Topuria's rise to the top has always been Aleksandre. He was never just the older brother standing in the corner or celebrating victories. Every day in training, he pushed Ilia to his absolute limits, refusing to make anything easy. Whether it was wrestling, striking, grappling, or conditioning, Aleksandre challenged him in every area because he believed greatness came through pressure. Their bond went far beyond family. They were teammates, training partners, and best friends who shared the same dream. That's why watching Ilia suffer such a devastating defeat hurt Aleksandre just as deeply as it hurt his brother.
Yeah, Ilia's in the hospital. He's busted up. I'm not a doctor, but his eye looked like he probably has broken orbital. I don't know that's not a fact, but I'm just assuming. And my plans for him are to go home and rest and recover and take his time. And tonight was a rough night for him. I just want to make sure he's healthy and good, and not even thinking about him fighting again. Just want him to go home and relax and rest.
Normally, Dana White immediately discusses future title fights, but after UFC Freedom 250, none of that mattered. His only concern was Ilia Topuria's condition. Hearing Dana speak made one thing painfully clear: this wasn't just another loss, it was a serious medical emergency. Aleksandre's emotional message said everything, standing proudly beside his brother despite the most painful night of his career.
Know what I mean? Which, to be honest, that might have played a part in it. Know what I mean? The fact that I hate Ilia and the fact that Justin beat me and I like Justin, that might have played a part in the fact. But I was saying just Gaethje to get you into that dogfight, dragged you into it. Know what I mean? And Ilia's never had that. Ilia's never had to come back from adversity. Ilia's only ever been the hammer. He's never been the nail. I don't think Ilia Topuria ever comes back the same. His whole mantra, his whole ego, know what I mean? His is I'm undefeated, no one can beat me. Having celebrations the night before the fight. I just don't think he'll ever be the same. He's never had to come back from nothing like that. I've had to face adversity before, so nothing can prepare you for it. That's the thing, and that's why I don't think he'll ever come back the same. Nothing can prepare you for it, but we'll find out what sort of man he is if he does come back and when he does come back. Because, as I say, I've been there before. I've been beat. Know what I mean? And I've had to come back stronger every time, and I have done. He's never been beat. He's never had to do this before. He's gonna have to look at himself in the mirror and be like, "What? I've just got my head smashed in. I need to come back." And you never know, he might not have the cojones to do it.
This is where the conversation around Ilia Topuria's future became even more divided. One of his biggest rivals, Paddy Pimblett, admitted he actually predicted Justin Gaethje would win before the fight. But his biggest takeaway wasn't the upset, it was what the loss could do to Ilia mentally. Paddy argued that Topuria had always been the hammer, never the nail, and had never experienced true adversity inside the cage. According to him, this kind of defeat changes fighters forever. Whether you agree or not, one thing is certain. Come back from a night like this is the biggest test of Ilia's entire career.
Doing health-wise, Dana?
He's doing good. He's doing good. You know, tough kid, obviously. You know, after the first round, his eye was bothering him. You could see that he got hit. And at one point, he like started covering his eye like this and was kind of, you know, messing with it. And then, you know, Justin just kept busting.
Topuria is going to need time to recover mentally, emotionally, and physically. He's never lost before. This is gonna take some to overcome. One of the things that was Topuria's greatest weapons, greatest strengths, greatest traits, besides his overall ability and technically be sound, and you know, he was a full package. He really was. Talent-wise, technique, everything. But one of the things foremost that leads the way for all those things to mean something is he has supreme confidence.
Confidence is one of the most dangerous weapons inside the octagon. Before UFC Freedom 250, Ilia Topuria believed he could beat anyone, and he had every reason to. An undefeated record, knockout wins over elite champions, and unstoppable momentum. But one brutal night changed everything. Not because his skills disappeared, but because for the first time he was forced to realize he was human. While analysts debated his future, his brother Aleksandre was living a different reality, watching the worst night of Ilia's career unfold. And everything he had said before the fight suddenly meant something completely different.
The three doctors and the ref, Ilia really wanted to continue. And then, and I actually think he probably won that round too.
Yeah,
that he went into.
Round
and
4?
Then his corner, I think, stopped the fight, and props to them. I would never say anything. Listen, if you're thinking about retiring and that's what you want to do, you know, it's probably what you should do. But on the flip side, you just beat an undefeated badass, you know, decisively finished him. And I don't know, it's just something that he needs to work out with, you know, himself and his own mind and with his family, obviously.
Yeah, if it is the way he goes out, it's an untoppable moment. What do you think? Should Michael hang it up? Should Chandler hang it up? Or do you think he can still be competitive in there?
I don't know. Listen, the guy that Michael fought is just so good. Jeez. And that's the thing about Chandler. I mean, even going into this thing, Chandler's like, look at the guys that I fought. I mean, I fought all the baddest dudes in the division. And the lightweight division is nasty. The lightweight division is like the old light heavyweight division in the UFC.
Right.
Dana White revealed something that many fans completely misunderstood. Despite the horrifying damage, Ilia never wanted the fight to end. He kept asking to continue, even while barely able to see. That alone tells you the mindset of a champion. But sometimes, a fighter's heart becomes more dangerous than the punches he's absorbing. Because there comes a point where courage can no longer protect you from permanent damage. And according to multiple people who witnessed it, Ilia had already reached that point.
This whole sequence started after the third round. Topuria got absolutely peppered, multiple shots to the right eye, and we could hear the translation while Topuria was on his stool, with his team calling for the doctor, saying that he could not see out of his right eye. If you can't see out of your eye, it's pretty simple. The doctor's going to come in, they're going to evaluate you, and if you're telling them that they can't see, they are going to, and they should appropriately, stop the fight. We see the ringside physician come in, he does a quick part of his assessment, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and then afterwards he basically looks over to Marc Goddard and shakes his head and says no. Based on that doctor's initial assessment, Topuria cannot see. He is not safe to continue, and the doctor tells Marc Goddard, no, he can't see. Fight should be off. It looks like this other gentleman who then steps in is one of the other ringside physicians that was there.
That explanation completely changed how fans viewed those final rounds. The cage-side physician reportedly believed Ilia was no longer safe to continue. His vision had become the biggest concern, not the cuts, not the swelling, not even the broken bones that would later be discovered, his eyesight, yet somehow the fight continued, which meant every second inside that octagon carried even greater risk. And once the fight was finally over, the concern inside the arena instantly shifted from who won to whether Ilia Topuria would make a full recovery.
Fight of the year, fight of the whatever, it's one of the greatest fights you'll ever see. It was incredible. And especially when you got a guy, I don't know where it ended up, but 6, 7, 8 to 1 underdog, and then comes in and does what he did tonight. And then Ilia, I mean, the body shots that Ilia hit Gaethje with in that round, and then Gaethje gets through it. Gaethje's about to get into, an armbar. He almost got into a triangle. I mean, you saw everything in that fight.
Dana White called it one of the greatest fights ever seen. A massive underdog shocked the world, surviving brutal body shots, near submissions and chaos everywhere. He said the fight had everything: war, danger, and pure violence from start to finish.
The main event, I think we just witnessed probably the greatest fight of this year. Ilia Topuria taking on Justin Gaethje. Now I'm gonna start off right here. I was one who picked against Justin Gaethje. When you look at Justin Gaethje's previous fights, when he's fought Dustin Poirier, when he's fought Charles Oliveira, when he's fought Khabib Nurmagomedov, when he's fought Eddie Alvarez, Justin Gaethje gets dropped. He gets dropped and he gets finished. I mean, that's something that I've got to stop it. They go to the 4th round. Once again, Justin Gaethje jumps right on Ilia Topuria, which is smart, just because you want to get his hands busy. If you get Ilia Topuria's hands busy, then he can't rip the body. He can't get that beautiful jab going off. He can't go 1-1-2 or 2. So Justin Gaethje jumps right on Ilia Topuria, starts banging out the knees and on the leg, and he does a beautiful body shot, does a flying knee, and he starts pushing Ilia Topuria back. I think, when it comes to sleep, so Ilia Topuria is a specialist in getting to that sweet spot where he gets to and throws a beautiful combination. And right off the rip,
Demetrious Johnson's breakdown revealed something most people missed in the cow assist. Justin Gaethje didn't just overpower Ilia Topuria, he dragged him into a fight built on his own strengths. Constant exchanges, relentless pressure, and brutal close-range wars. The exact environment Gaethje thrives in. Round by round, it broke Topuria's rhythm, then his confidence, and eventually even his vision. But the most alarming conversation came later, when Joe Rogan discussed injuries fighters never truly escape. Because broken orbital bones are not just damage, they can leave lasting consequences long after the fight is over.
I would put Justin Gaethje against Paddy Pimblett. I think that he's gonna...
You think Paddy's gonna beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
Wow. Really easy?
Yeah, easy.
Really easy?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy thing to say because Justin Gaethje's a fucking animal.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to grapple. And Paddy knows
But
that.
he's a Division I wrestler. He knows how to grapple. You don't think he knows how to grapple? He just chooses not to. He chooses to stand and fight.
I don't think so. Did you ever saw him submitting someone?
I don't believe he's ever submitted someone, but I think that's because he likes to just crush people. He likes to bang it out and fight. He used to fight.
What everyone likes is to dominate people and to win as soon as possible. If you have the ability to submit someone as soon as you can, you would do it.
I think that's your mindset. I think Justin Gaethje's mindset is to be the most violent person alive. The thing is, man, don't think that Justin Gaethje can't win. Like, anybody can lose in an MMA fight. People get hit. Like in Ilia Topuria, one of his early fights, Herbert caught him with a head kick in the first round. Dustin is always just trying to hit you. This is a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous guy for anybody. He's always moving forward trying to smash you. He leg kicks you from inside the clinch. People forgetting, Gaethje's a warhammer, dude. That guy loves battles. It's not like this tactical take a chance here, take a chance there. No, everything's take a chance. It's like from the very beginning of the fight. The way he fought, you're like, good lord.
Yeah, he fights
like a pit bull. Like a pit bull.
Joe Rogan highlighted just how dangerous Justin Gaethje really is inside the cage. He explained that Gaethje doesn't rely on submissions, he relies on pure violence, pressure, and constant forward movement. According to Joe, many think Gaethje is reckless, but that same style makes him one of the most dangerous fighters in MMA history. He compared him to a warhammer, a fighter who comes forward and breaks opponents through non-stop damage. Rogan also pointed out that anyone can lose in MMA, no matter how strong or experienced they are. One clean shot can change everything, and Gaethje has both taken and delivered that kind of punishment in his career. He reminded that even elite fighters like Ilia have been caught before in earlier fights, proving nobody is truly untouchable. The biggest takeaway was that while fighters can recover mentally from defeat, the real damage comes from wars like Gaethje's fights, where the body and mind are pushed beyond limits inside the octagon.
And that's it.
And it's seeing a little bit the future now. We have for you, obviously, your next fight as a fighter coming up. But we also, before we will talk about that, you also have your brother who will fight in the White House. You as a head coach against Gaethje.
Yes.
What do we think about this? It's not actually a super fight. I need to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed. I wanted to see like something, I don't know, Islam or somebody like have like this obvious super fight.
Yes.
What do you think?
So first of all, what I want to say that I think we have to put some more respect to Justin Gaethje. Yeah, first of all, because he's a dangerous guy. You cannot look at him like, oh, for sure I believe in my brother, even if you ask me how the fight gonna end. I think everybody know the answer, what I will say. Because not just because he's my brother, because that the styles make the fight. And the style Justin Gaethje have, Ilia is El Matador for that style, for every style, but especially for people who want to fight. He's El Matador, yes. So, but I never ever underestimate Justin Gaethje. So, yeah, in this case, I'm speaking about Justin Gaethje, but the reality is that I don't underestimate anybody. Anybody. Even if I fight with somebody like 2 categories less, 3 categories less, you don't underestimate anybody because he have 2 hands, 2 legs like you. So, yes, and in that level.
Looking back now, those words feel almost prophetic. Aleksandre believed Ilia would win, but he never underestimated Justin Gaethje's ability to create chaos inside the octagon. Because in MMA, one punch ignores predictions, betting odds, and perfect records. One exchange can change everything, and one bad night can erase years of dominance in minutes. That is exactly what unfolded at UFC Freedom 250. But the most heartbreaking part wasn't just the defeat. It was seeing someone he loves stumble out of the cage, barely able to see, completely broken. For Aleksandre, this was never about a belt, it was family first and last.
And yeah, it was such a crazy ride. We had a lot of delays. A couple of the rehearsal delayed, tonight delayed. But yeah, these are again, I wouldn't recommend this to my enemy. We are some of the toughest people on this earth. Mentally, physically, all these guys up here and all the guys that lost tonight. We, and me specifically, I've said it from day one, I'm a promoter's wet dream. And I proved that tonight.
No, I don't think, I think if it fights the right fight, he'll learn a lot from that. I think Ilia wins the rematch. And that's, that's no knock on Justin at all. It's just like, obviously, Ilia was a, favourite for a reason. But, yeah, I just think that, Ilia, if he doesn't rush as much, fights at a little bit better distance, and then, does what he usually does, sets up nice traps, you'll eventually find him. But yeah, being so aggressive is sort of what cost him, I believe.
UFC just announced.
That's what's so good about. That's what's so good about the story, though, for Justin Gaethje. Like, look at his career, and it didn't look like he was gonna ever actually feel the real undisputed belt, and then he goes and massive underdog White House, and then fights the perfect fight and gets the win. Like, that's what adds to this story. I think that's incredible and good on him. Like, I'm obviously a fan of both guys. A big fan of Ilia, and for Justin to do what he did, mate.
What happened next showed just how unpredictable this sport really is. Analysts like Volkanovski pointed out that Ilia could still come back stronger if he learns from this loss, especially by controlling distance instead of rushing forward with aggression. But at the same time, everyone agreed Justin Gaethje executed the perfect storm strategy, dragging an elite striker into a brutal war where experience and durability mattered more than hype. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement that even the most dominant rising star can be broken if the fight turns into Gaethje's kind of chaos. And that's what made this story so powerful, because nobody expected the underdog to not just survive, but completely flip the narrative on the biggest stage of his career.
I would say definitely not a rematch. I mean, I made him quit on the stool. It's not like there was, he hurt me, I think it was 3-1. I've been 3 rounds to 1. In any election, that's a domination.
Если говорить про самые ожидаемые бои в мире UFC, то, очевидно, это бой твоего брата Илии Топурии с Исламом Махачевым. А хотел бы ты тоже в этом карде присутствовать и быть, например, в соглавном бою вечера и как раз сразиться с Умаром?
If we're talking about probably some of the most expected fights in the UFC, the ones that people are longing to see, most likely it's a fight against your brother against Islam Makhachev. Would you be interested in also being featured on that card, potentially to be a co-main event against somebody like an Umar?
Actually, the thing is that right now they ask me the same question if they're gonna see us fighting in the same card. And the answer is no, because our path is a little bit different. We organize everything a little bit different, but it can be in different cards, you know.
Меня уже спросили этот вопрос по-грузински, но я уже ответил, что нет, скорее всего нет, поскольку мы планируем все определенным способом. У нас разные пути, поэтому драться надо.
Aleksandre was asked about the biggest possible fights in the UFC, especially Ilia Topuria potentially facing Islam Makhachev. Instead of feeding the hype, he stayed calm, composed, and realistic in his response. He mentioned that he has already been asked similar questions many times before, and while fans love imagining massive super fights, their actual planning as a team is very different. Aleksandre made it clear that they don't chase random dream matchups or chase attention-based opportunities. Everything they do is carefully structured with long-term strategy, perfect timing, and career control. Even when big chances have been offered, including fighting on the same card, they have refused them in the past to stay focused. His mindset shows discipline over emotion and planning over hype, keeping attention on long-term goals instead of big headlines.
შეგვიძლია ვთქვათ, რომ მაგალითად ცოტა დაბნეულობა არის მაყურებლებში, ხო, როდესაც შენ ჩხუბობ და როდესაც ილია ჩხუბობს, მგონი კარგად არესმით, რამდენად დიდ როლს თამაშობთ ერთმანეთისთვის, თუნდაც მომზადების პროცესში და უბრალოდ რო დავაზუსტოთ, ანუ სწორი იქნება ჩვენი მხრიდან იმის ჩათვლა, რომ მაგალითად როდესაც შენი ბრძოლა არის ილიას ბრძოლის რაღაც გამოცხადებაც არ ველოდებით, ანუ რიგრიგობით რო იჩხუბებთ, ხო? ხო სწორი იქნებოდა.
ჯერჯერობით სწორი იქნებოდა. აქამდე სხვადასხვა მქონია შემოთავაზებები, მაგრამ უარი გითხოვს. სხვადასხვა ეხლა ილია რო ჩარლზ ოლივეირასთან ჩაუდა, ერთი კვირით ადრე შემოთავაზეს ჩხუბი. ხორცდები ეს ბაქოში იყო და უარი ვთქვით.
Aleksandre addressed fan confusion about him and Ilia always fighting on the same card. He explained their careers are separate, even though their preparation is deeply connected and they help each other in training camps. He confirmed they don't plan fights together for publicity or timing. In fact, they've rejected fight offers before, even close to Ilia's bout against Charles Oliveira. Their focus is strategy, preparation, and long-term planning, not convenience or hype.
So in that moment, I take the decision, I go to wrestling, I take my brother Ilia, and the moment we was training, 1 week after, 2 weeks after, there was some championship, and I was 8 years old or something like this. And I remember that after 2 weeks, I take second place. And in that moment, my professor, my coach, he looked at me and he told me, if you listen to me, one day you will become an Olympian champion. So in that moment, everything changed in my life.
Aleksandre recalled how everything changed when he introduced Ilia to wrestling at a young age. Competing at just 8 years old, he quickly found success and finished second in a championship. His coach's words about becoming an Olympic champion shaped his mindset forever, building discipline, ambition, and the foundation of their fighting legacy. And this is where the story truly begins, not just brothers, but a legacy built on discipline, sacrifice, and an unbreakable bond that shaped two future champions.